Welcome to the Dose of Realness. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and let's get encouraged, inspired to be our best self.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hi, everybody. It's Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to this channel, I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification, and I have membership on this channel. My membership is available to anybody. Just click that join button. There's no pressure, but I would love for you all to be a part of the Marlene Motivators. So thank you all so much for being here. And before I get started, I gotta say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Oh, we have Wellness with Frugal Mama. Hi, Wellness. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday to you. Good to see you. So, today, guys, I want to talk to you about this important topic of moving forward and don't look back. It's so important for us to have this type of thinking because we get stuck in our past a lot of times. Our past it gets a tight hold on us and it will drag you down. And if it doesn't drag you down, it's going to keep you stagnant and it will keep you standing still in the same position month after month, year after year until you decide to give yourself the permission to move forward. And this is something that we have to do for ourselves. I can't make you move forward. All I can do is give you the tools. And today we're going to talk about what tools we can use to move forward. Hey, Beverly Black, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And how are you doing? Another one of my moderators and the members of my channel. Welcome in, Beverly. Good to see you back. So, we're going to talk about moving forward and don't look back. A lot of us have been through some really hard situations in our life, tough situations that nobody really could know and understand your story unless they're you. Yes, we all have struggled. We all have been in dark spaces and places. Maybe even right now, today, maybe you have been praying. Maybe you have been asking for some sort of direction because you don't know how to get out of this chokehold of being in the same place. Hey, Edward, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Edward is another one of the moderators here on the channel. Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate you. And I just want to give you all some support, some positive, some positive encouragement that you definitely need. Hey, LSP Productions, so good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I just want to feed you some positive support and some encouragement for your mind and your heart, your soul, and your spirit, because we all need to be encouraged in this life. Life beats you up, life drags you down, life hurts you right in your heart, sometimes physically, sometimes with health problems. It's a lot of things that we have to deal with on a day to day basis to be okay. And I just want to encourage you to raise your head up erect, high. Know your worth and your power, and know that you can move forward for whatever it is that you're dealing with right now today. Each of us is dealing with something. Each of us is dealing with something: financial problem, spiritual problem, emotional problem, something. But whatever it is that you're dealing with and coping with, I want you to know that you're not alone. That helps us a lot of times for us to be able to handle our situations, is when we know that we're not alone. And we will feel sometimes and we'll say, I'm all alone. And it's a tactic that the enemy uses. It's a tactic that other people use. They'll tell you that you can't make it through something. They'll tell you that you'll never make it. They'll tell you that you have no support. They'll tell you that nobody loves you and nobody cares about you. And it couldn't be furthest from the truth. Yes, sometimes we will not have the right people in our life to support us and love us, but we don't know all the people around the world at this very moment, who are on their knees and praying for somebody just like you in whatever situation that you're going through. Lord, please help those who need some support today. Lord, please help those who are struggling financially. Lord, please help those who are having a health problem. Lord, please help those who are grieving the loss of somebody they love. There's people who are petitioning for you right now. Do you know that today? Do you know that? And if you don't know, you know it right now. People are praying for you to make it through whatever situation that you're going through. No, you're not alone. You're not alone. Whether you're heartbroken, whether you're sad, whether you feel lonely, whether you're discouraged, whether you have pain in any sort of way, you are not alone in your struggle. And I want you to know and comprehend that right now. You're not alone in anything that you're going through. No, you're not. You're not alone. And that's what sometimes we tell ourselves that. And we have to rethink and we have to learn new things. We will tell ourselves we're alone. Yes, you may be alone physically, but let me tell you something. You're not alone in the spirit. The spirit is always there fighting for you to make it through. See, but you have to believe that. You have to believe that you are not alone in what you're going through. See, we're talking about moving forward and not looking back. And I wanted to say all of that to get to this point, to move forward in your life, to go where you need to go, to be who you need to be, is we have to learn to unlearn bad thoughts, bad things that may have happened to you, things that may discourage you. Know that this is not the end for you. We sometimes think that our present circumstance is going to be there always. No, it's a lie. Life always is going to change for you, but it all starts with over up here in your brain, up here in your mind. So you got to let your mind and the spirit align. The mind and the spirit has to align. And I mean, when I say that, is that we have to start thinking and believing what we pray for. We have to start thinking and believing what we speak about. We can say, I have worth, I have value, I have meaning, but are you acting like you believe it? Are you acting like you know it? Are you acting like somebody who is covered? See, with the covering, it comes, you got to also believe. You got to believe what you're thinking. You got to believe what you're praying for. You got to believe that your life is going to change at any moment. Okay. So let's get into these points that I want to share with you all. Okay. Let's see right here. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. Here we go. Right here. It's sometimes so tempting to keep your eyes on the past. Okay. This is what I want to share with you. Some things that I wrote down here. It's sometimes so tempting to keep your eyes on the past, reliving your old memories, replaying your mistakes and your failures while beating yourself up. Yes, reliving those memories can be hazardous to ourselves emotionally, mentally. We have to move forward. If you are in the past, how can you live in your present and go to your future where your elevation is going to take place? Yes, we have to learn to unlearn bad thinking. about ourselves and stop beating ourselves up for the past and stop worrying about who did X, Y, and Z to you. Yes, people can really hurt you sometimes, especially when you are depending on people to be there to support you. You are depending on somebody to be there because maybe they deceived you and said they loved you and they really don't, or they hurt you, or a person was a friend but they manipulated you or stabbed you in the back. There's lots of things that happen to us in our life that can cause us to be stagnant in life and to not move forward. And you may be in a cycle of pain. See, I want to speak on that for a moment. The cycle of pain that we do sometimes is what we do to ourselves. See, we don't allow ourselves to have freedom and let go of things so that we can get our wings and that we can take to flight so that we can get to the next position in our life because we keep pronouncing that we're in pain. We keep speaking it over our life. I'm in pain. I can't. I won't. This hurt me. See, we're doubting. We're fearful that our life can change. And I want to tell you that your life can change at the moment that you decide that your life is going to change. Yes, the moment that you decide that I'm not going to be angry anymore, the moment that you decide I will not be bitter, the moment that you are going to decide that I can do anything that I put my mind to, that is where the change is going to take place. That's where the shift is going to happen. That is where your elevation is going to come from. See, we have to believe that we can be better. We have to believe that for ourselves. I can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And you have to love yourself enough to know I can do better and I can be better. Yes, it may be a new behavior, it may be a new thinking for most of us that you can do better in your life, that you can be the best at anything that you want in your life. But it starts here in your mind. You got to convince yourself. And it means that we have to start sometimes with some healing and some forgiveness. Okay. Let me go back to this point and then I'm going to get into this chat. Okay. So here is some quotes that I want to share with you that is going to encourage you. Okay. So this quote comes from James Fry, and he says, I turn and I slowly walk away and I don't look back. It has always been a fault of mine, but it is the way that I am. I never look back. Never. So when you're going through something, and you want to elevate and you want to do better in your life, you can't keep thinking and looking back at the past. You can't keep saying this person did this to me, and you can't keep speaking over your life. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm in pain. Nobody cares about me, because that will be your situation unless you put it in your mind, unless you put it in your heart. I am healed. I am happy. I am capable of success. I deserve joy. I deserve peace in my life. See, when we start speaking those words, those positive affirmations over our life, and then we believe it, then the elevation happens. Hi, official 1SP. Welcome in. How are you doing? See, that's where the elevation takes place. When you believe who you are, when you believe that you've been chosen. See, we have to believe that part. We have to believe it. We're given all of this. We're told all of this. You may have heard this message for years that you're somebody, that you're valuable, that you're worthy, that you're important. But are you taking the time to think about it? Let it sink down into your heart and your mind and get into that action part. See, we have to actively believe it. It has to be like clothing that we put on every single day. We have to put on our worth. We have to put on our courage. We have to put on our might. We have to believe that we are somebody. And yes, you are. You are somebody. Let's get into the next quote. This is by Henry David Thoreau, and he says, never look back unless you are planning to go that way. This is from Henry David Thoreau. Never look back unless you're planning to go that way. So, unless you're making a decision to go back to your old ways, to go back to feeling like you were nobody, stop looking back in the past and look forward to the future. Grab on to peace. See, we have to stop putting those things in our mind, thinking about it. And when those thoughts come to our mind about things that may have hurt you in the past and people who hurt you, or maybe even some things that maybe you've done that hasn't been wrong. See, when you ask for forgiveness to take place, you got to believe it, that that forgiveness is for me too. And I have to tell myself sometimes, and Marlene, you asked for that peace, now receive it. And I want to give that to you too. For those of you who are struggling to maintain peace in your mind and your heart, once you ask for forgiveness, once you ask to be all of that to be rid from your mind and your heart, believe it and say, I deserve peace. I deserve happiness. I deserve joy because I'm going somewhere. And if you want to get bigger and better things in your life, you can't keep holding on to the things that happened to you some time ago or the things that happened to you yesterday. We have to believe that we are somebody of worth and value and act like you know it. Act like you know your worth. Act like you know you're special. Act like it. See, with knowledge comes responsibilities. See, we have to learn to start being responsible for ourselves. I love myself enough to speak love, light, and prosperity over my life. See, maybe before you didn't know. Maybe before you didn't know, you could say, I choose joy. I choose peace. I choose to heal. I choose to let go. See, on today, motivators, we're choosing joy. We're choosing peace. We're choosing to be happy. See, to move forward, we have to let the things of the past behind us. We have to leave those things behind. And sometimes when you're wanting to move forward in your life, sometimes we have to let go of certain people. Okay. So let's get into this point number one. To move forward in our life, we have to forgive. And forgiveness is way more than just saying, I forgive you or I forgive myself. It is a decision that we make. It's a decision that you make that I am going to choose to let this go. I'm not going to bring it up anymore. And I am going to move forward. It's a decision. I'm going to let peace take over. And when you forgive somebody, it's not that you are saying it's okay what happened to you if somebody hurts you. Hey, Tony T, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's not that when you say I forgive you that you're dumb, that you're a doormat. See, we have to learn to let people, give them that forgiveness so that you can gain forgiveness. This is a lesson that I had to learn for myself. I thought by being mad and angry, hey, Noble Strength, welcome in. It's so good to see you. How are you doing today? It is so important that when we speak about forgiveness, forgiving other people, that means that we are doing it for ourselves, that we love ourselves enough to claim peace. I love myself enough to heal. I love myself enough to not be angry anymore. I love myself enough to know that I have bigger things. So I have to let go of these little things, these petty things, in order for my elevation to take place. See, because if you want to get where you're going, you can't be burdened down. Your heart has to be pure, clear. You have to feel light. You have to be at peace because you can't get into what you need to do if you're holding on and you're angry and you're mean and you're spiteful and you're trying to get back at somebody. See, no, let that go. You can't control what somebody else has done to you, but you can always control your reaction. See, I can't make a person become mature. You can't make a person do right. You can't make a person treat you right. But what you can do, what you are in control of, is the way that you choose to deal with the situation. You can choose to be spiteful, you can choose to be bitter, but then how is it affecting you? Are you losing sleep? Are you mad? You're always telling everybody in the world about what they did. See, when you say, I forgive them so that I can be forgiven. We have to understand that forgiveness is a two. It's not just other people who need forgiveness. You also need forgiveness. We forget that we hurt people too. So don't forget that too. We sometimes may be a little tough on other people because we forget we're all imperfect. We all do things. We all sin. We all fall short. And it's okay. But also don't be a doormat. That's not, when I say forgive, I don't mean be a doormat to other people and let people treat you disrespectfully and, all of that. No. I mean that you forgive things that is holding you hostage in a cycle of pain. No, no, no. Don't be held hostage in a cycle of pain. It's time for you to release them, let them go so that you can take to flight, so that your joy can come back, so that your peace can come back, so you can have restful sleep. See, studies have shown that when you're angry about something, you start developing health problems. And it's not worth it, my brothers and sisters, to make somebody make you sick. No, nobody is worth that. Nobody, no person. And don't give them that power over you. Don't give anybody the power over your mind and your heart. So you deserve way more than letting somebody control your mind. See, your thoughts are powerful and you have the power to choose to be joyful. You have the power to choose to move forward and not be stagnant. See, that's a personal choice that we have to make every single day. I choose to not be stagnant in my life. I choose to be joyous because I'm not going to let them have control and power over my mind anymore. And I'm telling you that when you forgive somebody and you release them and you let it go and you stop talking about it, and then now the elevation can take place because your mind is not in that cycle of pain and bitter. You're at peace. And now you can start focusing on what you need to do and what you need to be and where you can go. You see how the elevation is taking place? And now you're able to move forward because they're not holding you hostage. You're not way down. You feel light. You can take to flight now. Your joy can come back. You can get busy and doing what you need to do. Yeah, and that's so important. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to experience peace. Don't wait too long to forgive. Do it for yourself and do it today. So anybody who is in the sound of my voice, watching now and live or watching on later on the replay, forgive whoever it is that you need to forgive so that you can get your peace back, so that you can get into doing what you need to do, so you can feel your own self-fulfillment. And it's very important to get in that balance and that alignment in your life. Nothing is going to go right in your life until you forgive who you need to forgive. Now you can move forward because they're not holding you hostage in a cycle of pain. And whether you believe it or not, when you don't forgive other people, they hold you hostage. They control, they have the power over you. You're allowing them to control your thoughts and your thinking and your attitude. And nobody has that right. See, but you got to allow yourself to heal. I let it go. I am free of it. And there's some things that you can't take care of. There's some people that, some people just aren't wrapped too tight. Okay. Some people just, and you gotta let them go because they're toxic. They're not good for you. They're not healthy for you. And some people think when you elevate into healthier thinking that you're not with the toxic behavior. You don't want to gossip about people anymore. People think that you think that you're better than them. No, I don't think that I'm better than anybody, but I choose to not be involved in the backbiting. I don't want to hear about, the gossiping and talking bad about other people and try to stab people in the back. You now, hey, Eunice, welcome. How are you doing? Now, when you are in your season, you're in walking in your gifts and you're using your talents, you have no time to get involved with things that is outside of your lane. See, I speak about this all the time, staying in your lane. When you stay in your lane, you're going to be joyous because you're not comparing yourself to other people. You're just being you and doing you, seeing your light is going to shine brightly. You're going to have your peace. Hey, Frank G, Variety Show, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yes, you're going to experience so much joy, everyone. So much joy and so much peace. See, your peace is not dependent on anybody else but you. It's a choice that you have to make today. Today, I'm going to choose to let go. Today, I'm going to choose to thrive. Today, I'm going to be at peace. See, and you're going to succeed. Every endeavor that you do after now is going to succeed because you're not angry, because you're not trying to get back. You're going to release that. You're going to let it go. And now you're going to move forward and do what you need to do for you. You're going to be busy in taking care of ourselves. See, sometimes we're so busy and focused and looking what other people are doing that we get sidetracked from what we need to be doing and what is our thing, what is our light, what is our talent. See, and I want to talk to you all about this. Don't stop holding back from using your talents and your gifts just because maybe other people don't see it, or maybe because you're not where you want to be. Just because you're not where you want to be does not mean you lack that talent. It just means it's not the right time for you. Maybe you haven't run into the right people, but don't give up. But don't give up on being you. Don't give up on doing what you need to do. Don't stop your joy. Thank you so much, Noble Strength. I appreciate you. Hey, Geo's blog, H-Town, welcome in. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for being here with me. And I just want to encourage you all. Don't stop your light. Don't stop being who you are. Don't stop using your talent. Don't stop your peace. Don't stop your joy. See, we sometimes backslide and we start thinking about, oh, this happened to me and that happened to me and this person did this and this person has this and how come I don't have what they have? And we start with the comparison game. When do you know your worth? Do you know your light? See, we got to turn it inwardly and start focusing on ourselves. See, focus on your own peace. Focus on your own joy. Focus on your own light. Focus on your elevation and doing what you need to do. See, we get sidetracked on other people and we try to help other people. And sometimes we're not busy enough in taking care of our own self, taking care of our own light, fixing our own things that we need to take care of our own self and get into that part. See, you can't worry about everybody else because at the end of the day, you're going to be empty. And you got to learn to fill up your cup. Fill up your cup before you give to other people. And I understand life is busy, it's challenging, but you have to be there for yourself. What can you do and be if you are empty? If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not healthy, if you're not okay emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, you got to be okay first. And that message is for somebody because the Spirit told me to say that. If you are not taking care of yourself, what can you do and be to the next person? Nothing but miserable and bitter, complaining. And you don't need that. You deserve to be happy and at peace. You deserve that. So get busy in taking care of yourself. And you know what that is because it's different for everybody. Some people it's that self-care. Some people it's maybe it's the way you're eating. Maybe it's your exercise. Maybe you're allowing other people to stress you out too much. Maybe you're letting people use you or manipulate you. You know, whatever that is, don't let any of that toxicity from outside of you drag you down. Claim back your peace and start focusing in on yourself and your own light. Hey, Steps to Leap podcast, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yes. So the first point of this was to forgive. You got to forgive your past. You have to forgive yourself. And you have to forgive who you were in the moment when you were going through a situation. Sometimes we say, oh, how come I let that happen? And you're beating up yourself constantly. Why did I let that happen? Or why did I make that decision? And why did I do this? And why did I do that? So you got to forgive yourself for who you were at that moment you were there, and say, but the adult me is here, the more mature me, the more wise me, and I've learned a lesson. And now I can move on. And now I can know moving forward, that's not what I want. See, that's maturity, that's growth. Don't stand still. Don't stand still in the past into who you were and make that stop you from being who you need to be today, in the present, who you need to be in the future. Don't let pain hold you as a in prison as a victim of your own circumstance. You have to then choose. You then have to choose to elevate. See, sometimes maybe our thinking wasn't elevated. We didn't know that we could heal. We didn't even know we had a bad attitude. We didn't even know we were taking care of ourselves. But on today, we know when we're doing too much and when we need to step back. We know the times where we need to take a break, or the times where we need to put our foot on the gas and start saying, I need to get busy. I need to get better with my time management. I need to do healthier things for me. Or that person is toxic and you can identify. Pull back from the toxicity and move forward in the direction of with people who are positive, people who are motivated, people who are doing things in their life. And you don't have to tell people what you're doing. You have to tell people your business, what you're getting involved in. That's nobody's business what you do. Hey, Dee Dee, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You focus on doing you. Hey, Six Bows, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. You have to focus in on doing you and being you. See, you can't move forward in your life unless you heal. You heal, you forgive. And now you say, now I can move forward in my life because I release the dead weight. I forgive. I let go. I know my worth and I know that I deserve better. And whoever needs to hear this message right now, you deserve better than what you're accepting. See, sometimes we accept things because we think that's all I can get. That's all my mom had. That's all my dad had. That's all my cousin. That's all my coworkers have. That's all people who live in my general area have. That's how people who are my age, this is what they have. This is what family or friends say I should do and should be. But what about you? What do you think? See, we sometimes give people too much energy over our thoughts, over our life, and we forget about ourselves. You got to think about yourself. You're somebody important and worthy, and you need to pause sometimes and say, am I being nurtured? Am I being cared? Am I being loved on? Am I being treated the way that I deserve? Am I being respected? And if not, time to release and let go so that you can move forward in your life. You can't move forward when you have all the weights of everybody and everybody's pulling you at every direction. Do this for me, do that for me. Hey, do this, hey, do that. But they never ask you, what do you want? What do you need? How can I assist you? How can I help you? See, if you don't have people on your team that are saying, how can I help you? How can I assist you? What do you need? You need to find a new circle of people. That's facts. Okay. So, point number 2, to move forward in our life, we have to let yesterday's thoughts go. See, yesterday, maybe from your childhood, maybe previous romantic relationships, maybe the way that they treat you on the job, th- those thoughts. Oh, I don't want to promote you. You're either too young or you're too old or you're too this. See, that's how society portrays you. You're never enough in this society. You're never enough. You never can do enough for people sometimes. You never can satisfy them. Okay? And you got to stop having those thoughts of of darkness. Those are dark thoughts. Those are dim thoughts. Those are not thoughts of elevation. You have to let yesterday's thoughts and leave that behind. The way people think about you. We sometimes put so much power into what do they think about me and do they like that? And how does this look? And maybe they don't think this, and what do they think, and what do my family think about me? We think so much about what other people think about us, but we don't put enough energy into what we are thinking about ourselves. What are you thinking about you? What is your level of joy right now? What is your level of peace? What is your finances at this moment? And that's not selfish at all. It's not selfish to think about yourself. That means you're self aware. That means you know your worth. That means you know your value. That means that you're not going to allow people to manipulate you and use you. And you're not a doormat. Stop being a doormat to other people and waiting on people to elevate you when it's time for you to elevate yourself. Now, who needs to hear that message? See, sometimes we keep waiting on other people to elevate us when we have to give ourselves the permission to elevate ourselves. Now, what do I mean by that? Allow yourself to get an upgrade. See, sometimes we wait for our job to upgrade us. We wait for in a relationship. Oh, they need some time to grow up, but they need some time to mature. Oh, they didn't know how to do that. So we're waiting for them. Hey, April Showers, welcome in. How are you doing? So good to see you. We are waiting for other people to get to a level where we are. And let me tell you something. You're waiting for some people who will never get there. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your effort. You're wasting your energy when they don't deserve you. There's some people in your life right now. They don't deserve how amazing you are. They don't deserve how awesome you are. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to cut the cord and save ourselves, or you're going to go down with them. See, it's that crabs in the barrel mentality. They want to drag you down because they're down. They don't want you to elevate. And I'm telling you, the more that you're trying to elevate and do good things and great things and be at peace and not be involved in the mess and the drama, people are really, really going to try to bring you down. This is when you're going, oh, who do they think they are? Oh, they think they're somebody. We come from the same city. And oh, you're in school. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're going to the gym. Oh, who do you think you are? Losing weight. You don't even look good. Oh, your hair doesn't look good like that. There's always going to be so much negativity because when you get to the point where you're ready to elevate, when you're making a choice, see, on today, I want you to say, I choose to elevate myself. That's a choice that I had to make for myself. You can't wait for other people to elevate you because it will never happen. You got to make a choice. I choose to elevate myself every day by the choices that I make, by the people I choose to surround myself by the mentors, by going to therapy, by making hard decisions, by staying in my lane and doing what I'm good at. See, we get off track and we want to be there for other people and we want to support you, but they're holding you back from your dreams. They're holding you back from your light and your power. See, you could shine so much brighter. You could experience so much more peace. Your finances could go through the roof if only you believe that you got to let those people go. You got to cut the cord of those people who are dragging you down. They're just like leeches. They're going to suck you dry until they take everything you have. They're going to take and take until you have zero. And guess what? then they're going to drop you and move on to somebody else. Don't do that to yourself. Elevate yourself. Okay. So we got to learn to stop having the thoughts that we thought yet before. I'm nobody. I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm too old, or I'm too young. I'm too this and I'm too that. See, those excuses hold us hostage. Don't let excuses take control over your mind and your heart. If you really want something, if you really want to do something with your life, and you want to be somebody, and you want to move forward in your life, you're not going to settle for the ordinary. You're going to get up when you're tired. You're going to make changes. You're going to forgive. You're going to let go. You're going to have those hard and tough conversations. You're going to block people that you need to block. You're going to stop telling people your business. You're going to move in your lane. You're going to move in your lane that you have before you. See, you know what you're good at. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what you're late, but you know what it is. So do more of that. Be more of that. Turn up your light and your fire in your life. That's the only way that you can move forward. You can't look back. You can't hold on to the ordinary, because if you're always doing the same thing, you're always going to get the same results. Yep. If you always do the same things, if you always hang around the same people, if you always make the same decisions financially, you're always going to be in the same situation. To move forward, you got to choose to elevate, choose to upgrade yourself. So we got to start thinking, I can do anything I want. Are you putting that in your mind? I can do anything I want. I can be anything I want. I can try new things. I can conquer over my doubt. I can step past fear when I couple it with faith. I can step past it all. There's nothing that you can't do. See, but the first person you got to convince is your mind up here. I'm fully convinced of my power. I'm fully convinced of my light. And don't let anything stop you. Whatever obstacles. Sometimes you may slow down for a little bit, but then you get back up. You fall down, you get up. You fall down, you get up. You try something, it doesn't work. Don't give up. Strengthen it. Troubleshoot. But the one thing that you don't do is give up. You got to move forward. You can't have the small-minded thinking. Keep going. And like I say all the time, we got to encourage ourselves. Pat your own self on the back and tell yourself that you can do things. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, I'm proud of you. Keep going. See, maybe before, maybe in the past, you would just say, oh, I can't do it, or I'll never make it. I don't feel good, right? There's always going to be an excuse. Who needs to hear that? There's always going to be an excuse. There's always something that you could procrastinate. There's always something that you could do tomorrow, but why not do it today? See, that's how you move forward, because you're willing to do today what other people won't do. Who needs to hear that? Today, I am willing to do what other people won't do. See, that's what separates people who are the movers and the shakers, the people who are motivated and the people who lack motivation. See, if you really want to do something, you got to get motivated. You got to believe in yourself. You got to know that you deserve it, and then you got to go after it until you get it. See, that's the thing. You can't just get excited and then say, oh, it didn't work, and then give up. Keep going until you get it. Keep going until you achieve. Keep asking, keep seeking, keep searching. Okay? Now, this is the third point. Let yesterday's people go. See, on yesterday, maybe you would have hanged around with the people who just, the people, as my mom would say, the big tree boys, people who just hang out around the tree and they sit and they put their feet up and they do nothing, but then they get mad at you. They get jealous that you're moving forward and you're progressing with your life. There you go. You're only going to be as successful as your actions. You're only going to be as successful as your actions. So you can't be upset with somebody that has put in the work, that they either wake up early, they stay up late, they're having conversations, they move past fear with their faith, they overcome their challenges, and then they keep going. They fall down, they get up, they fall down, they get up. They get a support group. I'm telling you, if you don't have a support group, you need to get one, and get one today. They're all over Facebook and Instagram, whatever it is that you have a problem with. If you have a problem with overcoming fears, if you had a problem, childhood traumas, if you are a person who has been through a divorce, you've been through bad relationships, if you suffer with anxiety, there's all kinds of groups out there. Find a group, because I'm telling you, when I joined a group and I started seeing other people who feel like I felt, and then say, this is what I did, and then they did it and they got over it, it's very encouraging, and it helps you to move forward, and it makes you know that you're not alone, and I can do it too. And I'm saying to you, you can do it too. Even if nobody says you can do it, even if nobody believes in you, even if you're in a dark space right now, right here in your mind, put that thought that I can do it. And that's how a change takes place. That's how a shift happens in your life. Immediately, when you take the moment to believe in yourself, take it in your mind. I have the power, I have the wisdom, I have the knowledge, I'm strong enough. And then you got to have the courage. And now I have the courage to get up and act on it. You got to act like you believe in yourself. Okay. And this is the third point. We got to leave yesterday behind. All of the painful circumstances and situations and all of that. If you keep thinking about yesterday, how can you stand in today? How can you be in today? How can you use your light and your power and your gifts if you're only thinking about what you used to do, and what you used to be? Let that behind. And like I always say all the time, tell the inner child, the one that doubts you, the one that's fearful, tell it to have a seat. Sit down, inner child. We're grown right now, or we've forgiven that. And tell your inner child, no, 5-year old, whatever you are. I said 5-year old Marlene, 8-year old Marlene, 12-year old Marlene, 15-year old Marlene, have a seat. Okay. Because we're grown today and we believe in ourselves and we love ourselves. That's where the change happens. That's where the elevation can happen for you. You got to let yesterday behind, and you got to take control of yourself. See, we got to understand you can do anything that you want to do. It starts with a decision to move forward and to not look back. See, we can't look back. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be drama. There's always going to be people that don't support you. But you have to make a decision to move forward. You have to make a decision to have courage. You have to have a decision that I have faith that I can change. I have faith that I can believe in myself. I have faith in myself and I love myself and I'm willing to be committed. See, most people are not committed enough to themselves. They just want something. They want what somebody else has. They want what other people are doing, or maybe they just like the idea of saying, I could do this or that, but they're not willing to do what it takes. See, and that's what's going to separate you from others. You have to be willing to act. You have to be willing to challenge yourself. You have to be willing to be strong, to have the fortitude, to have a strong foundation that regardless, no matter what, regardless of what I'm facing, regardless of how I feel, regardless of who supports me, regardless of what other people say about me, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to face my fears. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try. I'm going to fall and I'm going to get up. I'm going to fall and I rise. See, and then encourage yourself. And then when you rise, tell yourself, I'm so glad you got up. I'm proud of you. You're doing well. You got to celebrate each and every win. And sometimes those wins are the every time you got up. So I don't want to get up. I want to lay down here. Or when you challenge yourself to get out of uncomfortable and go into the comfortable. See, to get comfortable, to have the things that you want in your life, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to try things. You got to step outside of the box and do something outside of the ordinary of what you have been used to doing. See, if it hasn't been working for you before, what is going to change unless you change it? So I believe in you guys, and I want you all to move forward. I want you to keep trying. I want you to step outside the box. I want you to love yourself enough to try something new. See, we're in 2023. We're already almost going to be in March in another week. Have you been doing what you need to do in order for you to be getting to your next level in your life? And if you haven't, start today. Start today. I believe in each and every one of you. Love yourself, support yourself, believe in yourself, and join that support group and know your worth. Know your worth. You are worth getting everything you want. You're worth it and you deserve it. Believe that part. And I'm going to look what you guys said in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for the thumbs up. And I appreciate all of the shares out. Thank you all so much. Each of you mean so much to me. Let me see if I missed any good comments. Uh, uh, uh. Let's see what I missed. Frank says he's good. Noble strength. Yes, let go and let God, Miss Beverly. Definitely. We have to. We have to let go of things so that we can move forward in our life. Let's see what else I missed. Dee Dee says exactly. Six bows is in the house. April Showers is in the house. I really want to cut everyone off for like 90 days. And you can, Six bows, if you want to. Yes, that is Small Minded People, Steps to Leaps podcast. It really is. And Gio says, amen, amen. You can do anything that you want to. Right on, wellness. You can do anything you want to. And thank you too, Edward. Thank you all for your support. And I also wanted to say on Sunday, we have the Outstanding Featured Channel Member Show, which will be myself, Boss Life Online, Pandy's Hair Candy, and more, and Be Amazing Sylvia. And I will be shouting out the members, one of my members. I'm going to be putting that up. It's going to be Sunday. I don't remember my time right now, but if you look, I'm going to put it up after this live stream is over. So it's just another one of the perks of membership. And I want to thank all of those who are my members, and anyone who would like to, you're free to join membership because there's benefits like this one. So I thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you were encouraged. I hope you were inspired. I hope you got motivated. Don't give up. Even if you're not where you want to be right now, that doesn't mean that can't change. Small steps. Then next thing, you're going to be way far ahead from where you were before. Small decisions, positive affirmations, believing in yourself, celebrating your wins, patting yourself on the back, and coupling your faith, your fear with your faith. I'm Marlene. I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I talk about positivity, inspiration, motivation. And I thank you all so much for being a part of what I do on this channel. I couldn't do it without you all support. So I thank you all so much. And I'm going to end with this song that was written by Boss Life Online for myself, for her, for I am Tracy Lee for the therapy sessions. And I hope soon therapy sessions will be back with another session on one of our 3 channels. And I thank you guys so much for your support. And those who are watching in the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know, what are you doing to move forward in your life. You can do it. You can do anything you want. And I want you to believe in yourself as well. Keep loving yourself and be the best version of yourself each and every day. You can do it, but you got to believe it. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your evening and keep your head up. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and I made it, and you can make it too. Bye bye.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey,
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive.